All right, so here's a quick video of my project I've been working on. So this is just a basic game in Unity. It's a top-down style game, and I'll just run it really fast and show how it runs, and then I can explain some of the software. So this is like a starting area. So you move with WASD. There's basic collision, so like on these crates. And then you can also use spacebar to hit enemies. So right now you have a wooden sword. It's just like a stone sword. Um, these chests have been added to the game. They're not really have a use as of yet, but I added them for future use to like upgrade your weapon, stuff like that. Um, so here's an example of an enemy. It'll chase you around. It's supposed to be a zombie, so it's pretty slow. It can hit you, and then you can hit it back. It'll kill it. And then I also have implemented like XP. Right now it doesn't do anything. It's just kind of a floating text, just to make sure it's working. There's also down here you can left click on the menu, and this is something I've been working on. It's just a basic user menu. Right now it has the sprite of your sword, and then this is going to be the upgrade button. So when you have 100 gold, you're going to be able to upgrade to the next weapon. So that's what I've been working on. This is just the beginning area. We can travel to the actual dungeon, which you can kind of see an overview. I'll do here. As you can see, it's pretty big. Just a very basic starter dungeon. So if you run down here, uh, it still works. You still get gold, stuff like that. And you can like pull enemies, then hit them, they'll die. Um, so yeah, that's kind of just the basic rundown of my game. The main purpose is it's just a survival game. So there's actually going to be spawn points. So this is a boss room, and there's going to be a spawn point here. I have a timer class, which I can show the bit that I want to implement, but it's not working yet. But that timer class will keep track of how long you've been in the dungeon, and then depending on how long you've been in the dungeon, it'll spawn more enemies, like waves of zombies, more or less. So it's a survival game. Um, we can look at some of the stuff. There's just box collided 2Ds on the players, the NPCs, enemies. That just gets you a collision. If I go to Visual Studio, this is what I did everything in VS Code. I have all these classes. So camera mode class, this follows the user around, and that's just all it does. So the camera will just follow you as you move. The chest is just like just a basic rundown. It's just right now it's just a debug.log that doesn't really do much. It'll give you gold. It'll track the gold, but that's all you can do with it. So here is a collectible class. This just tells you if the player can collect it and what can be collected. You can put it on items that are collectible, like chest, for example. The collidable class is used for a lot of things. You can see the chest inherits it because the chest is a collidable object. Actually, the chest meant the collectible inherits collidable because anything that's collectible you have to collide with. So that's what the main focus of this class. And then there's a basic damage class. Doesn't really do much. It just keeps has a few variables. You go to the enemy. This is a bigger class I've been working on. It inherits from mover. I'll go to the mover class fast. So here I have a few notes to the mover class, but all this pretty much does is lets gives some physics and lets the class that you inherited from move. So the enemy has the mover class. So now the enemy can inherit from mover, and you can do You inherit everything, and you can override. So that is the main purpose. The main two with move is enemy and my player class. So the portal class teleports you to a different level, and then the weapon class is a collidable. The weapon is what lets the user do damage. And then you can see here's a swing. It's just an animation trigger, which I learned how to do using the animation section in Unity. But that's really a basic rundown, some floating text. All this is keeps track of gold, pops up your text on this that pops up on the screen, and then a basic save state in your game manager and a load state, which lets you keep uh from level to level. So every time you teleport, you keep that amount of XP you earned from the previous level, that amount of gold you earned from the previous level, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's just a rundown of my game. Thanks for watching.